price a minute ago, and I do want to, I know that changes, time, inflation, things like that, but generally, a pricing scale of when you do inspections, you've got the standard home inspection, and I know with you all, it's based on square footage.
Yeah, so our pricing, we try to be very fair with our pricing. The industry used to have a setup that it was a percentage of the cost of the house. I did a $5 million condo in Arlington this year. If I'd priced it off that, it would have seemed extremely extortionate. So,
second mortgage.
Yeah, we try to price our houses very fairly. So we set our pricing on style of house first. So if it's a single family townhouse or condo, then we have what's called price drivers, and they are set on the age of the house and the square footage of the house, because that's what takes us longer. The older the house, the more detailed it's going to be. The size of the house just takes up more time. So we try to stay pretty fair with our pricing across the board.
Okay.
Now, our pre-offer evaluations, they're less than a normal inspection because we're not doing as much. The report doesn't cover quite as much. So there's roughly $410 to $425 an inspection. Our radon is $160 with a home inspection. Our termite is $50 with a home inspection. Now, as standalone, they're more expensive, but if you're getting a package deal when you're getting stuff together, we bring that price down so it's better for everybody. Like, we want to do our job, we want to get paid for it, but we don't need to charge the world for it at the same time.
That sounds fair. So what would you say is the biggest misconception that the public has with regard to, because I know in our business there are big misconceptions about realtors, who you are, what you do, how you do it. So does your business have any kind of misconception that's well known?
Absolutely, yeah. I am not a grumpy old man that just points out everything that's wrong with a house. I'm grumpy and I'm getting older. So yeah, if you've been in this industry for 2 minutes, you will have heard the stories. Oh, the home inspector killed the deal.
Right.
And there's different standards.
That's never been our case.
Hopefully
I've
not
never
while
had
you've been
that.
using me, I hope.
From the get-go, I've never had you kill it.
No, it wasn't you that killed it, it was other inspectors.
Part of it, it's because you are hands-on and you're involved in the whole thing. You're
Right.
not one of the cheaper brokerages that just pushes through numbers and gets through as many units as they can. What we do is we're looking at it, and it's easy to get overwhelmed with listening to an inspector and just hearing, there's a problem here, there's a problem here, there's a problem here, there's a problem here. Or for someone to come into the room mid-inspection and hear you talking about a problem, and oh my God, this is depressing. We like to point out everything about the house. If you have an architectural shingle over a free-tap shingle, so it's a slightly better grade. If you have a train or a carrier or a Lennox air conditioning unit, it's seen as a better quality one. We point that out as we go because that's just as important as knowing the problems. Like if you've got single pane old windows or if you've got new Anderson windows, it's stuff we like to make sure we point out as we're going through the inspection, because everybody's heard that the inspector had so many problems with that house. The house has the problems, not us.
They're paying you to find the problems.
We're just very good, and if
Yes.
honestly, if you look at it, the more problems we find, the more it was worth you having us there.
Sure.
Exactly.
Now, we don't go looking for problems. We
Right.
just go looking at every component and point out what's there. It's there. Now, another misconception is we can't predict the future. So I'm pretty sure you've had an inspector come into your listing and then something's broke while he's been there. And it's not always the inspector's fault. Sometimes we will turn something on and it will just break because it hasn't been used for a while, or it just decided on that exact day it was gonna die. And it happens.
Yes, it happens.
We'll be the first
Stuff
ones to
happens.
tell you if we break something and it's our fault, we stand behind it and we'll do everything we can to make the situation right.
That's good.
But there's some stuff like we run the dishwasher, it leaks. That's not our fault. We will do everything we can to clean stuff up, and we're going to tell both the buyer, the buyer's agent, and we're going to ask them to let the listing agent know as soon as possible.
Right.
I've had one
Yes.
case where I've turned the gas, asked for the gas company to come out to turn the gas off to the house because I detected 3 gas leaks. the listing agent was mad at me because she's got other showings that same day. I'm like, the gas is leaking.
And you can't show a house
the
that's
house
not
blows
there.
up.
I love my job, but I am not reading in the news later that day that a house blew up that I was at.
Exactly, then it's your
You've all
fault.
seen the horror stories of decks falling down with people on it,
yeah.
or houses exploding
Exactly,
for
yeah.
random reasons. That's not where we're at. We're at
Yep.
a safety first situation. As much as we do not divulge any of our information to the selling side, if there's a major electrical problem in the panel, or I find that there's actual animals in the attic while I'm up there, I'm going to let them know, because that's a problem that needs to be fixed as soon as possible.
Of course,
It
sure.
can't wait until they negotiate a week later. It's just
Right.
not practical.
Right.